I'm going to do something a little different today. We're going to talk about 22s for every day. And before I get started, I did get a note from the creative department that suggested there are a few catchphrases I could use to make my videos sound a little more professional. I don't know if I need that or not, but we'll try. So without further ado, let's get on with it. 22 long rifle is not really a caliber that's good for everyday carry. Having said that, there's no reason you can't have a 22 for every day. And we've got a few here. We're going to take a look at them and talk about them a little bit. The first one, Monday's gun, is a Heritage Rough Rider. And this is not a very expensive pistol. It's a wheel gun, as they call them. This gun is unloaded, safety checked, and it's probably a good starter gun if you're young, if you got a young child and you want to get them involved in target shooting. It's a good pistol. They're reasonably inexpensive. They come in a variety of lengths and sizes, but this is the one that I thought was most popular. This is a 6-shot version, and it's a single action, which means you have to pull the hammer back every time you want to fire a shot. These do come in 22 Magnum. This is 22 long rifle. You can get them with dual cylinders, so you can drop this cylinder out and put a 22 Magnum cylinder in there. It's a little more powerful cartridge. But this is a fun little tidy plinker, great for target shooting, great for anybody that wants to learn. Back in the day, I had a couple of H&Rs, and I really liked them. I needed some quick money, so I needed to get rid of them, and I always regretted that. So we bought this Heritage Rough Rider to take their place, and I have to say that when I first got it, it had a problem, and as I remember, it would not fire the final round. There was something in the clocking of the drum or the cylinder, and finally we sent it back, and there's a description of the problem, and it came back reasonably quick, repaired, and it's been fine ever since. So we don't use it much because you get used to semi-auto pistols, but it is a good fun gun to go out and play with. So that's Monday's gun. The next step in the progression of things is to get a semi-auto pistol. And we bought this pistol. I really like this pistol. I still like it, and I hate it. The thing about 22s is they can be a lot of fun, and they can be incredibly frustrating. This particular pistol, and we'll drop the magazine out, safety check it. It's clear, safe, it's got a manual safety. Was really a trick little pistol. I like the shape, I like the feel, I like the look. It fits in a Glock holster. It looks a lot like a Glock, but it didn't work worth a hoot. And when I say that, this was my introduction to semi-auto pistols, and this is an ISSC M22. This is the Gen 2 version, which I thought would be better. I got this pistol, and it just did not want to cycle. And that led to my introduction to CCI mini mags because that's what this gun likes. And over the course of the years and my playing with 22s, the CCI Mini Mag is my go-to ammunition. If the pistol won't fire a CCI Mini Mag, it ain't gonna fire anything. If you can fire Mini Mags out of it, chances are it's okay, but you're gonna have to stick with Mini Mags. And that's the thing with these 22s. A lot of times they like a specific ammunition, and that's what you gotta go with. This is a hammer-fired pistol. You say it's got a frame safety. And I just like the angle of the grip, the feel of the gun. It's every time I look at it and see it, I still like it, and I'm still frustrated by it. But it was Tuesday's gun, and we've had some fun with it. And that's how I got also with the CCI Mini Mags. Ran across a guy called 22 Plankster. And back in those days, he was still working for a living, so that's a while ago. So after you get past the wheel guns and into semi-autos, and then you get a semi-auto that doesn't work very well, then you look for a solution. So Wednesday's pistol is a Sig Sauer Mosquito. And so we got one of these, and we'll check this one as well. The mag is out of it. It's clear. And I guess this one won't fire unless there's a magazine in it. So we have an empty magazine here. Drop the hammer. I think this may have a decocker on this one. And we thought this would be a market improvement over Tuesday's gun. This particular one, the Mosquito, has a threaded barrel, so you can put all kinds of things on the end of there if you're so inclined. And I never really got comfortable with this pistol. It's made like a full-size Sig, so the argument was that you could practice with this and get the feel and weight and everything of a full-size pistol, but it just wasn't as comfortable as Tuesday's gun, but it worked better. And this still was finicky with ammunition, but better than Tuesday's gun. The grips, I think, on this are just a little fat for me. You know, the thing about pistols is you really don't know until you shoot one whether you're going to like it or not. And some of them you're going to like, and some of them you're not, just based on how they feel. I had the Firefly version of this pistol, and it was exactly the same, GSG Firefly, and it worked the same, but it didn't have the threaded barrel. So that's Wednesday's gun. Well, we got a little further into things and decided it was time to move up a little bit or try something different. And we ended up with this pistol. And we'll drop the magazine. That one's got some bullets in it, so we better check the chamber. It's empty. We're good. Frame safety. This is an M&P 22 compact. And we've got a lot of stuff hung on this thing just because we can. A flashlight here and a flash suppressor on the end. The flash suppressor makes it front heavy. I don't know if that's good or bad. Certainly adds some weight to it. This is a good little pistol. It will shoot almost anything you put in there, and it's reliable and functional. So by Thursday, all of a sudden, we're looking pretty good. We finally found a 22 that worked, and 8 different kinds of ammunition, and was a fun pistol to shoot. And this still is a fun pistol to shoot. It feels pretty good in the hand. It's a little thinner here than the Sig. As I say, it's a little front heavy with that flash hider on the front there. But it's a good pistol. At the same time that we bought this pistol, we bought a Ruger SR22, and I don't have the Ruger here because I don't have it anymore, because I never really liked it. and I never really liked it because of the grip. Just something about it that I wasn't comfortable with, and in fact I never shot it. It was new in the box, and now somebody else is the proud owner. So it's a good pistol. The SR22 was as good or better than the M&P, but it just wasn't something I liked. So this M&P is a good little gun. The thing about 22s, you know, if you live in an apartment, let's say, or someplace where the walls are pretty thin, a 22 in the house might be a better idea, so that you're not putting rounds through the wall into the neighbor's apartment. And some of these pistols can be modified to hold quite a few rounds. I know that the M&P here, they're Nick Taylor or somebody makes some changes to the followers, and you can put 3 or 4 extra rounds in there. So, you know, even though you've got a 22, if somebody gets shot with a 22 10 or 12 times, that's not going to be good. Even once is not going to be good. But just something to consider in situations where the walls are thin, and, you know, 9mm, 45, 10mm, even 380 have a tendency to go a long way. So it's just something to think about. For Friday, you know, it is Friday, end of the week, so we're going to do something a little different. This is a Kel-Tec PMR 30. And we'll drop the mag out of that. Every one of these guns is a little different. This is 22 Magnum. You can see that the cartridges are quite a bit different, quite a bit longer than 22 long rifle, but they're a lot more powerful. So this is 22 Magnum, and it holds 30 rounds. And I gotta say, 30 rounds is a lot. Now, this is a fun little pistol to shoot. They have been known to be finicky. I think they've been made better over the years. This one, we put some hockey stick grip tape on the grip, just because I'm not real happy with the Kel-Tec smooth grips, so a little bit of grip tape helps that. We've also got a green laser mounted on the front. It has night sights on it, which are kind of cool. This is a really fun pistol to shoot, and that's what Fridays are all about. You know, go have some fun. And you want to keep this by your bedside, maybe. Again, it's 22, but it's 30 rounds. Yeah, it's gonna do something. So that's the Kel-Tec PMR 30 Friday's gun. Ambidextrous, or ambidextrous, as some of the professionals say. Safety. The magazine release is a little odd, being at the bottom here, but you know, with any pistol you need to use it and get used to it and understand where the controls are and what they do. We'll check that, but it is empty. And then things are going to happen the way they're supposed to happen. So, man, we're at Friday already. So Saturday night's special. This is a Saturday night special. This is a Phoenix Arms 22 long rifle pistol. It's an all steel pistol. It's pretty heavy, and it's a quirky little dog. We've got a magazine here, it's empty. You can't rack the slide to check the chamber unless the magazine is in and the safety is off. Then you can check the chamber and see that it's empty. How bizarre is that? It's got a safety up here that is almost impossible to use. And these things, when they're made, the combination of things that you have to do to actually shoot one makes them kind of worthless, to be honest with you. So there are people that have modified the internals of these pistols so that you really don't have to jump through all those hoops. This particular one, now you can drop the magazine, and we just use this safety on the side that is either fire or safe, and you can drop the magazine and you're good to go. We've got some hockey stick tape wrapped around the grip on this just to be able to hold on a little bit. Now that it functions more like a normal pistol, it's actually fun to shoot, and it will eat standard velocity ammunition. In fact, I think they recommend standard velocity ammunition for this pistol, and you can shoot the mini mags if you want, but this is a good little gun once you get past all the quirkiness of it, and it's easy to slip into your pocket, or if you have a little small holster, it'll fit in. It's just an old holster we got laying around here, one of these little pocket holsters. If you're going someplace on a Saturday night, going to the show or something, and you feel like you need something in your pocket, this is better than a sharp stick, and it should function for you and perform. The sights aren't real sporty, but you know, a pistol like this really is, even any of these little small pistols are up close and personal. So if you're trying to use the sights, you've got other problems, and maybe you ought to think about run and hide instead of stand and fight. Made by Phoenix Arms in Ontario, California. This is a 10-round magazine with a pinky extension, and really makes it comfortable. The standard magazine flush fit, you know, you end up with your finger hanging off the bottom, but that's okay. There's not a lot of recoil or anything in this thing. But that's Saturday's pistol, a real Saturday night special. Sunday, and Sunday's supposed to be a good day, so here we are. The latest, greatest, some might say, 22 pistol. This is a Taurus TX22. Drop the magazine, check the chamber, it's empty. It's got a frame safety. I think these hold 17 rounds, somewhere around there. And this has proven to be a very reliable and functional 22 pistol. It will fire almost anything you put in it. It's accurate, it's dependable, and it's a doggone shame that the guys that made Tuesday's gun couldn't have figured that out, because look at that, they're almost, I love it when guys do this, put one on top of the other one, but they're almost the same, really. And that's probably why I like the Taurus. This is a heavy gun. The Taurus is all polymer, but it functions well, does what it's supposed to do. It's fun to shoot, and that gets us to the end of the week. So, unfortunately, we have an 8-day week, I guess, at our house. But we also have a Kel-Tec. I guess I'm a Kel-Tec fanboy. P17. Again, we've got some hockey stick grip tape around there. This particular firearm is a plastic magazine, and I think it holds 16 rounds. I think you're better off just put 15 in it. Frame safety. And this, as well as the Taurus, is a nice little .22 caliber pistol. These are less expensive than the Taurus, quite a bit smaller than the Taurus, to be very honest with you. I mean, if you look at them side by side and one on top of the other, the Cal-Tech is quite a bit smaller. The grip is narrower, shorter, and it really is a neat little pistol. I don't know about all these little screws holding it together, and apparently if you really want to take it apart, it's pretty tricky. So we don't take our guns apart. We let somebody else do it. But this is a new addition, and we've fired it a bit. I think it's got a threaded barrel, so you can put extensions on there of one type or another, a muffler if you want, or flash hider, or whatever you want to put on there. It's got a rail here. You can mount a light or a laser, although I think a laser on a pistol is just more for show than anything else, but you know, people do it. But this, what appears to be a plate on the top for an optic, is not, but nice little gun, Cal-Tech P17. If you get a chance to get one, you could skip over all these other pistols that we've already been through, and I think these days, if you're really interested in a semi-auto pistol, the P17 or the Taurus is the way to go. And if you can find an M&P 22 compact, that's a good pistol. Technology is a little outdated, but it's a good pistol nonetheless. And if you can get comfortable with the Ruger SR22, that's a good 22. The rest of them can be frustrating and take a lot of the fun out of shooting a 22. So that's 22 pistols for every day of the week plus one.